Hello, welcome to the Cybersecurity From Scratch series, where we break down complex cybersecurity concepts into simple, practical lessons. Whether you're a complete beginner or looking to build a solid foundation, this series will guide you step by step into the world of cybersecurity. Without wasting a lot of time, let's get started. These are what you'll be learning in this series. First off, we're going to go deep dive into the cybersecurity fundamentals. We'll need to understand the core concepts, principles, and threats in the digital landscape. Then we'll move into network basics. So we'll need to learn the network basics, explore network protocols, topologies, and how data move across the internet. Then we're going to need to go into learning about OS, operating systems. We'll need to learn about the Linux and the Windows operating system. We need to master the essential commands and concepts for Linux and Windows operating system environments. And then there are cybersecurity tools that we need to get hands-on with. These are the industry standard cybersecurity tools that we use for analysis, defense, and also offense. Then ethical hacking. This is everybody's favorite. Ethical hacking. Everybody wants to be a hacker, right? We'll be learning penetration testing methodologies and responsible vulnerability discovery. Emphasis on responsible, okay? Then defensive security. We need to learn to develop strategies, techniques to protect systems and data from attacks. Also, we'll be looking into some real-world cyber attacks. We'll be analyzing some common attack vectors and then how to identify, prevent, and also respond to them using real-world cyber attacks. Then professional cybersecurity skills. There's some professional cybersecurity skills that we'll need to learn. I mean, this is the reason why we're here, right? So that we can build a foundation for a career in cybersecurity, including the soft skills and certifications. So the big question, what is cybersecurity? If you don't mind, I would love you to actually go into the comment section and actually tell me, write down there what you think cybersecurity is. So let's go. Cybersecurity here is the practice of protecting digital assets and infrastructure from various threats. It involves implementing measures to ensure the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information. Those are the key words there. It ensures the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information. So that's actually like the CIA Triad of cybersecurity. We'll be going in depth into that further on in the video. So basically, cybersecurity is just like a house, right? You put a door, you put a gate, you put fences around your house, you put security cameras, you put alarm systems. All of these things just to protect the properties that you have inside of your house. So that is what cybersecurity does, basically putting measures in place to protect data, digital assets. Now, specifically, cybersecurity focuses on safeguarding computers and endpoints. And what do we mean by endpoints? Endpoints are things that you interact with on a daily basis, digital things that you interact with on a daily basis, like your phone, your laptop, your desktop, your wristwatch, your smart wristwatch. Those are endpoint devices. Then safeguards the network and communication channels. Then application and software systems. I mean, all of the softwares that we use, what I'm using to record this video, the applications on your phones as well. Cybersecurity safeguards all of these things. Then your data, both at rest and in transit. So data has two forms. It's either at rest or it's in transit, and we need to put cybersecurity actually safeguards, puts things together to actually safeguard your data at rest and also in transit. Then critical infrastructure systems. So when some people hear cybersecurity, they think it's just securing data in the web or the cloud or your system and all of that. But cybersecurity also involves physical security. Because let's say, oh, I have this laptop here and I want to secure it, so I put antivirus on it, so making malware and all of those. I put password on it so that nobody can break or can open it or something. But then I don't put the laptop in a secured space. So my attacker can literally just come pick up the laptop and go dismantle it, take out the hard drive, and they have access to the data, right? So cybersecurity is also incorporates physical security into it. So you should take note of that. All right, why does cybersecurity matter to you? This is a question for you. Why does cybersecurity matter to you? When we think about everything that you do on a daily basis, put it in the comments section why you think cybersecurity matters to you. And feel free to pause the video and put in the section. But here, I'm going to actually talk about my daily activities, some of my daily activities, and I'm going to explain how cybersecurity has actually helped those daily activities possible. So, main online payments. This morning, I went to get fuel and I made a transaction. And cybersecurity made that possible for me, right? Why? Because I used an application to actually make a transfer to the person I was buying something from. So cybersecurity actually made it possible for me to be able to transfer that money securely, knowing that I'm transferring it securely from my account to the person's account, and I'm sending it to the right person's account, and it's not being intercepted by any threat actor. Logged into my email. So I've logged into my email today. I've sent email addresses. I've sent emails to people. I've sent emails to colleagues. So cybersecurity has given me this the safety that I need to know that, okay, this person that I'm actually sending this email to is the person that I think I'm sending the email to, and also giving me the assurance that there is no middleman that is intercepting her communication. Then communicated with my colleagues, of course, I said that already. I take a picture of my device and I'm sure it's safely backed up on my Google Photos. Well, every time I take a picture, I always want it to be safe, right? I want to have it backed up. So cybersecurity has actually given me that assurance that even if something happens to my phone right now, all of the pictures, all of the memories I've created has been backed up on my Google Photos. All right, next is why cybersecurity is important. Why do you think cybersecurity is important? So, understanding the potential impacts of cyber attacks highlights the critical need to robust cybersecurity measures. So, we need to actually understand what are the actual things that the cyber attacks focus on. What are they after, really? So, those things are what we use to know why cybersecurity is important. First off is financial loss. When we talk about ransomware, fraud, and data theft, this can result in significant monetary damages to individuals and organizations. Excuse me. And then we have data breaches, compromise of sensitive personal, corporate, or government information leading to privacy violation and reputational harm. This is very, 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 very important. It's even much more dangerous than financial loss. Trust me, it's much more dangerous than financial loss because people lose reputation when all of this, when there is a data breach, other than a data loss, financial loss. I mean, identity theft, kind of similar to data breach because when personal data and sensitive personal data have been leaked, it could actually lead to identity theft. So personal data stolen for fraudulent activities, excuse me, impacting credit, financial accounts, and personal security. Business disruption. This has to do with the availability of what's it called? The CIA Triad. When attacks can halt operations, damage critical infrastructure, and lead to prolonged downtime and loss of productivity. And we have national security risk. Cyber attacks targeting government systems or essential services pose threats to national defense and public safety. Real world cyber attacks. Cyber threats actually manifest in diverse forms, each with unique methods and devastating consequences. Understanding these common attack types is crucial for effective defense. We will examine recent real world cyber attacks and relate them to different types of cyber threats in order to understand the level of damage they can cause to individuals, organizations, and even national economies. So the first is ransomware and data breach attack. The company in question is Jaguar Land Rover, and this happened last year, just recently, last year. So the group, the threat actor, the hackers, they actually deployed the ransomware and the malicious software, disrupting operations and potentially exposing sensitive data. And the impact was production disruption, sensitive company documents were exposed, and they estimated a 1.9 billion euro. Is that euro? Yeah, 1.9 billion euro economic impact. Like that was like economic impact, not even just company loss. This was an economic impact. So I think the attack was actually related to Scattered Spider and Lapsus. I think it was a group of five. Scattered Spider, Lapsus, and Shiny Hunter claim responsibility for the breach. Next, let's look at malware and DOS. That's denial of service. The company in question is Striker, and this is this year, just this year. So how did it happen? A wiper malware attack targeted medical technology company Striker, causing systems to be wiped and devices showing hacker message. So the impact was a global system outage, device compromise, operational disruption. So this malware attack actually, it was designed to, malware attacks are designed to disrupt operations, right? But this particular one, it was designed to actually wipe every data on their system. It was designed to wipe every data on the system. That's why it's called a wiper malware attack. I think this attack was actually believed to be politically motivated rather than financial gains, and the group was linked to an Iran group called Andala. Next, let's look at a phishing attack and identity theft. So the group in question is Ericsson, year 2025. A phishing attack is actually a form of social engineering where attackers impersonate legitimate entities via email, text, or phone to steal sensitive data. So this particular attack was actually a social engineering and a supply chain attack, and it was linked to No Group. No Group actually came out to claim this particular attack. So as you can see here, it says the attack was carried out via a phishing attack on a third-party vendor. So a third-party vendor, this is actually a supply chain attack as well. This is phishing plus supply chain attack, where attackers impersonated IT staff to trick an employee into revealing credentials. This allowed unauthorized access to sensitive employee and customer data. And what was stolen? Social security numbers were stolen, financial records were stolen, personal information were stolen as well. What do hackers really want? What are they looking for? What are they targeting? So we know criminals are constantly seeking valuable digital assets. Understanding their primary target is actually the first step in protecting them effectively. So first, we look at passwords. The primary key to accessing accounts and systems often targeted through phishing, brute force, or credential stuffing attacks. We're going to be talking about all of these attacks. If they sound new to you, it's fine. We'll be going deep into them further on in the video or in the series. Then personal information. Hackers love personal information. Like when you say personal information, juice. I mean, that's gold mine for them. So names, addresses, social security numbers, medical records, and other personal identifiable information for identity theft. Financial data. They need bank accounts, credit card numbers, investment portfolios, and transaction histories for direct monetary gain or fraud. Business secrets. These are gold mine for hackers. And what we talk about: intellectual properties, customer list, strategic plan, research and development data, and proprietary algorithms for competitive advantage. Network access. Gaining unauthorized entry to internal network allows for further compromise, data exfiltration, or system destruction and control. What are the types of hackers we have? So the term hacker is often misunderstood, right? So not all hackers are criminals. Let's get that straight. Not all hackers are criminals. Hackers use their technical skills to interact with computer systems, but their intentions determine whether their actions are legal or malicious. So not all hackers are criminals. Let's take note of that. So yeah, not all hackers are criminals. In cybersecurity, hackers are classified based on their intentions and how they use their technical skills. First, let's go for white hat hackers. White hat hackers, ethical security professionals who protect systems and network by finding vulnerabilities before malicious actors do, always with permission. So they do this with permission. That is actually what makes them different, what makes what they do legal, because they actually find these vulnerabilities with permission from the company that they're trying to attack, or that they're trying to find vulnerabilities in their system. They get permission, documented permission, legal rights to actually do that. Next, we have the grey hat hackers. These are individuals who discover and expose vulnerabilities without malicious intent, but often without explicit permission, operating in a moral ambiguous area. This grey hat hacker is in between the white hat and the black hat hacker. That's why they are called the grey hat hacker. So they usually don't seek permission before they try to look for vulnerability, but usually they don't use it for malicious intent. So it's like, I don't get permission from you, then I hack you. I find the vulnerabilities in your system without taking permission from you. But when I find the vulnerabilities, I come to you, I tell you, oh, I found these vulnerabilities, and this is what you should do. So give me, a particular amount of money, or let's help you fix it. So that, it's sort of, there just has to be a balance, right? So, and then we have the black hat hackers. These are the people that everybody are calling hackers. They are the horrible ones. The black hat hackers. These are the criminal hackers who exploit vulnerabilities for personal gain, causing damage, theft, or disruption without authorization. See the difference? Permission and without authorization. Common cyber attacks. Let's see phishing. A phishing attack is a form of social engineering. I think we already discussed this earlier. It's a form of social engineering where attackers impersonate legitimate entities via email, text, or phone to steal sensitive data. So there are actually different types of phishing, which is the email, which is what we call the phishing. Then the text SMS, we call it the smishing. And then we have what's it called? The phone calls, which is called the vishing, and some other ones like that. So next we have the malware. A malware is actually a conjunction of two words, which is malware, malicious, and software. So malware is the software that is malicious. So this is a code designed to disrupt, damage, or gain unauthorized access to computer systems, network, or mobile devices, depending on how it was designed or coded. So some various types of malware that we have is you must have heard of worms, virus, the Trojan horse, rootkit. We'll go deep into this later on. We have our ransomware. A ransomware is a type of malicious software that encrypts a victim's file or locks them out of their device. that demanding payment, usually in cryptocurrency, to restore access. So basically, it explains itself. The name explains itself. Ransomware. So it's a malicious software that encrypts all of your data. And usually, when attackers, before they encrypt this data, they already have a copy of your data. They take a copy of your data and then they encrypt it, and you have no access to it, and they request for money from you. Paying them the money they've requested for usually doesn't guarantee that they would not review the data that they've gotten from you or sell your data to somebody else. So usually not advisable to pay the money. And the best way to actually prevent against ransomware is to have backups, constant backup, because if you have constant backup, if you get a ransomware attack, all you need to do is use your backup to restore your backup and your business is backup, and restore your backup and your business is backup. Okay, restore your backup and your business will continue running without you worrying about the ransomware. So next is man-in-the-middle attack. So man-in-the-middle attack is a cyber attack where criminals covertly insert themselves between two communicating parties, such as a user and a website, to intercept, steal, or alter sensitive data like password, credit cards, number, or communication. And then we have social engineering. So social engineering is a manipulation technique that exploits human psychology and trust to trick people into revealing confidential information or performing actions that compromises security. So you may actually think that phishing, if you think that phishing and social engineering has some similarities, then you'll be right, because for every phishing attack there is a social engineering attack attached to it. Because for you to be able to carry out a great phishing attack, a successful phishing attack, you need to have a good social engineering skill. But not every social engineering skill is a phishing attack. So if you actually think about that, you understand. So if I'm doing a social engineering attack, I don't need to use a phishing attack to do a social. I could do a physical social engineering attack. I could walk up to somebody and pretend to be somebody else that they will trust, or I could try to build trust to the person, and that could be social engineering attack. I would try to build trust with the person and use that trust to actually exploit the person. That is a social engineering attack, and it's not a phishing attack. But for every phishing attack, a social engineering skill is required for it to be successful. So CIA, this is not Central Intelligence, so this is not CIA of the United States. This is confidentiality, integrity, and availability. These are the pillars of cybersecurity. So the CIA Triad is a foundational cybersecurity model focusing on the three core principles of cybersecurity. First is the confidentiality. So confidentiality ensures sensitive information is only accessed by authorized individuals, often achieved through encryption, passwords, and multi-factor authentication. Then we have integrity for the I. So integrity guarantees that data is trustworthy, accurate, and has not been altered by unauthorized parties. Techniques include file permission and also version control. The next, we have availability for the A. So availability ensures that data and resources are accessible to authorized users, keyword authorized users, when needed. Maintained through data backups, maintenance, and DDoS protection. That is distributed denial of service protection. Cybersecurity domain. So there are domains in cybersecurity that there are actually several domains, but we're going to talk about the key domains in cybersecurity that you need to actually know to get your foot into the industry. First is network security. So this consists of policies technologies and practices designed to protect computer network and data from unauthorized access, misuse, or theft. So in this network security is where we'll be going into, or we'll be looking into defense in depth, or we'll be looking into firewalls, secure Wi-Fi, network monitoring, DDoS attacks. Application security. So application security encompasses measures, tools and practices implemented throughout the software development lifecycle to protect applications from external threats and vulnerabilities. Ensures the software integrity by securing code design and deployment phases, preventing data leaks and addressing risks like SQL injection or broken authentication, website hacking. Information security refers to the process, the tools, and policies designed to protect data from unauthorized access, use, disclosure, disruption, modification, or destruction. Endpoint security. As we said earlier, endpoint is actually all of the devices that we use, that we interact with on a daily basis to do our works here and there. So endpoint security. So this domain is going to focus on protecting these devices, these endpoint devices used by individuals and employees, as we said. And next is cloud security. So cloud security is a set of policies, technologies, and controls designed to protect data, application, and infrastructure in cloud environments from threats. So recently, not actually recently, for a while now, a lot of organizations have been using cloud platforms like Amazon Web Service, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud. Beginners should understand how data is protected in the cloud. This is very, very important. So cloud storage protection, access control, cloud configuration, risk, and all of that. Identity and access management is another domain we'll be looking at. This is a crucial security framework that ensures the right individuals, devices, and applications access the correct resources at the right time. This actually strengthens security by utilizing authentication, verification, that will be verifying identity, and authorization, which is granting permission to prevent unauthorized access and data breaches. So the authentication and authorization is actually gotten from the triple A's of cybersecurity, which is authentication, authorization, and accounting. We'll be looking into that too later in the series. So this is where we will be learning about passwords, multi-factor authentication, user permission. Also, this is a domain that covers the triple A, as I said, the authentication, authorization, and accounting of cybersecurity. Then cyber threats and attacks is the final domain that we'll be looking at. This focuses on identifying, analyzing, and mitigating malicious acts designed to steal data, disrupt operations, or damage systems. Common threats include ransomware, malware, phishing, and distributed denial of service, which is called DDoS. We discussed all of this earlier. Next, careers in cybersecurity. So this is a juicy part. A lot of people want to know what are actually the careers in cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is a really, really broad field. Cybersecurity is a broad field. So there are diverse careers and they range from entry level to expert level roles. So we'll be looking at some of these careers in cybersecurity that we could explore. So we'll be looking at the digital forensics investigator. These professionals investigate cyber crimes and analyze digital evidence after attack occurs. So basically, the things that they do is recovering deleted data, they investigate ad system, collecting evidence for legal cases, tracking cyber criminal activities. A security consultant. A security consultant advises companies on how to improve their cybersecurity. So they mostly would be assessing the company security risks. They'll be recommending protection strategies, performing security audits, helping organizations meet compliance requirements. And we have the SOC analyst. So the SOC analysts work in a security operations center monitoring system 24/7. So basically what the SOC analyst does is they detect cyber threats, will respond to security alerts, investigate suspicious activities, and also prevent attacks in real time. Moving on, we have the cybersecurity analyst, the penetration tester, and the security engineer. So first of all, the cybersecurity analyst. This person monitors systems and networks to detect and prevent cyber threats. We have the penetration tester. We talked about this person earlier. Also called, we could also call them interchangeably with ethical hackers. So a penetration tester legally tries, keyword again, legally tries to hack systems to find security weaknesses before criminals do. So basically what the things that a penetration tester will do is testing company systems for vulnerabilities, simulating cyber attacks, reporting security weaknesses, helping organizations strengthen their security. And then we have the security engineer. The security engineers design and build secure systems to prevent organizations from cyber threats. So as I said, designing security architecture, implementing firewall and security tools, improving system defenses, preventing attacks before they happen. So this has brought us to the end of this video. I mean, if you learned anything at all, please kindly click the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, click the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I drop a new video. See you in the next class.